give her a little round of applause. She's also my wife, so that just shows that it's a miracle that I'm not 400 pounds, but that's why it's healthy, and she portion controls me, so it's good. Anybody have any questions quickly on the food before we get started? Like what it was, or?
What was right behind the salmon?
What was right behind the salmon? Ground beef?
Ground beef, the Asian ground beef.
Asian ground beef. That was good. Asian spice ground beef. Okay, so I'm Eric Golubitsky from Zero Doubt Club. No, definitely at least a few of you in the room. This is Jeremy Torchinsky, my business partner, Sam Miller, professional dancer, private trainer, and my wife Inga, who just quit her job, 20 years in nursing, to do meal preps full time. And we have another culinary chef. So quickly about us, so Zero Doubt Club is a holistic mind, body, soul approach to health and wellness. If your mind isn't right, your body will never get there. You'll never be authentically happy, etc. So we always look at Peloton or yoga or Orange Theory. They're all great, but they're part of the solution. Nutrition's a big deal. Community's a big deal. Getting your mind right with life coaching, setting goals, proper behavior, all that comes into play if you really want to start stacking your chips towards health. So our team, I just introduced four of us. We also have Danielle Lasky, who's also a certified private trainer and a certified yogi, and Jared Kent, our culinary chef. He worked, nights and weekends, cooking the same stuff for a number of years in Hudson, and saw our job ad of cooking healthy food during the day. He's like, is this even for real? So he runs marathons and very health conscious. So this is our first team, and we're looking to hire additional chefs, additional private trainers. So if you know of anyone, let us know on that as well. Jeremy, tell your story.
What's up, guys? My name is Jeremy, and I am going to talk about 3, call them awakenings or call them levels of consciousness that I went through in my life that brought Zero Doubt Club. So the first one is basically going into college as the smallest kid, right? I weighed about 120 pounds. I was probably like 3 inches shorter than this, and it was the roughest year of my life. Now, I got bullied and picked on as a kid. Always like, actually, Ilya, where's Ilya? He was one of the people back in 15 who was kind of picking on me. But anyways, we all go through little picking on, bullying on, and so on. But finally, second year in Ohio State, I said, you know what, enough is enough, and I got into the gym, and I started working out, and I put on like 20 pounds of muscle, and everyone was like, wow, Jeremy, what are you doing? What are you doing? I was like, hey, just went into the gym, started putting on muscle. That was the first one. Second one, let's fast forward 15 years. 15 years of working out, and it wasn't enough. I was still unhappy. I was in an unfulfilled career of playing poker online and actually across the street at the Jack, making good money, making like $100,000 a year, comfortable, pure freedom, but not connected to my heart. My mind was not connected to my heart. And it caused a lot of problems. It caused where I was just not happy, and it led to a separation and losing my wife. And I'm in the gym one day, rock bottom happens, tear my biceps. So now I just don't even have anything. I can't even work out. Second awakening, it just happened where I'm listening to some podcasts and something clicked. I dive into nutrition and what to eat. There's many different diets out there. There's actually 100 different diets out there. But there is one for every single person that works. And it's really not that hard to find it. So I found the right diet, and within like 3 months, I went from an unhealthy, about 185 pounds, and again, I'm a small guy, so that's a lot of weight for me, losing about 40 pounds of weight that I did not need, connected my good gut bacteria to my brain, started developing clarity, and went on that journey. Still wasn't totally complete until the third time I had the level of consciousness. And that's when it came in the form of meditation. I said, you know what, I'm just gonna try it. I was already, into books, reading all the spiritual stuff. I'm gonna sit there and I'm just gonna do it. And in March of 2020, I had the most incredible experience, visual, ever. Call it faith, connection to source, but we can read all the books we want, and we can believe in what we want, but until we actually experience this, it's hard to break through what we need to break through. It's hard to give up what we need to give up. And I was still, in March of 2020, occasionally drinking, still kind of, oh, by the way, that 15-year story of where I was not happy, a lot of alcohol, a lot of prescription pills, and a lot of unhappy days, waking up in the morning and having a pretty bad week. So once I had this third conscious, this level awakening, it was easy. It was like I had this anxiety, this weight, the whole story, the whole childhood story was it was funny, it was light, it was comedy. It was like, wow, this is all the stuff I was hiding in from childhood. And when I relived it and let it all out and had that third level of awakening and saw my vision, destiny, which everyone has, by the way. We all have this genius inside of us. We all have this amazing purpose inside of us, every single one of you, every single one of us. And when we see it, when we get a glimpse of this experience, you don't need anything. You don't need anything. The only thing you need to do is action. So this is how Zero Doubt Club came. It's through action. Along that, in March, I decided to drop playing poker. I signed up for personal training. I already have 20 years of experience of that. Life coaching, health coaching, and got an amazing mentor. Clients picked up. I started coaching right away online during the pandemic. Most of my coaching was actually online, just through health and life coaching. Wasn't really training anyone because the gyms were closed. Gyms opened up, started training, started incorporating the whole thing. Come to Eric's house in November 17th, 2020, and I look in his eyes and I'm like, man, what, you don't look good, what's the matter? He was even bigger than before when I saw him. And I could just tell in his eyes something was missing. There was no smile on his face. There was nothing. And I said, Eric, just join me. Join me in the gym tomorrow, and we'll start there. We'll take it one day at a time. I explained to him my journey, what I'm explaining to you, and I said, look, anybody can have this. It's really easy. Anyone can have it. It's just simple little things that we need to do every single day consistently, and there's not that many of them. So Eric signed up. He's like, let's do it, man. Train me, coach me, let's do it. And we started Zero Doubt Club together, short, what was it, like 2-3 months later, and I'll let you tell your story now. Go ahead.
So if there was ever a least likely to succeed in becoming healthy, I was definitely the poster child. So my adult life, started a computer mail order business young, worked my butt off, had a nightclub, and some of you were there, had a audio video security system company for 13 years. We were Weatherhead 100, #1 fastest growing company in Northeast Ohio. This was 2003. Started a software tech company that raised $4 million that sold to private equity. Was in real estate, helped multifamily owner-operators go from large house flipping into multifamily and raising institutional capital. So I helped consult there, and then COVID hit, and that's it. There was no apartment buildings being bought and sold. No one was paying rent. You couldn't value them. For 6 months, there was nothing. I thought that was my next big thing, and nothing for 6 months. So I'm creating process. I'm thinking about the business, and I'm thinking about my career, and just in a rut. And started eating more and drinking more and eating more, and not working out, and just starting to stack so many chips on unhealthy behavior. Sleeping like shit, feeling like shit is just not a way to live. But if you ask me how you doing, I'm doing freaking great. I'm doing great. So 2 things happened. One, November 15th, I'll never forget it. I watched, and why I know the date is because the next day is when Jeremy came to my house. I watched the Bee Gees documentary. I don't know how many here have seen it, but there were 4 brothers. They were the number one by far selling artists in the 70s, like by far. One brother died of alcohol at 30. One died at 40. One died at 50. And that was my first, like, Eric, you're done. Like, you need to get in the gym. I literally, the day before, God sent Jeremy the next day. Because he didn't tell you what he told me, but he said, you look like death, dude. And that's all I needed to hear. Wrote him a check, met him in the gym the next day. And again, I just gave him business advice. He wanted to create a health and wellness company. And I said, listen, you can't train people in their basements for the rest of your life. You can't help that many people if you do that. Nor do you want to open up a big gym that the $20 memberships, you'll never compete with that. So that's where Zero Doubt Club kind of got started. I gave Jeremy consultation while he was literally saving my life. And so some of the stats. Oh, by the way, Jeremy forgot to tell you that a year ago he had a bodybuilding competition and literally won every award. I was there. It was amazing. So at my worst, I was 255 pounds. That was me maybe a couple months before. That was me on day 3, COVID beard, 255 pounds. Again, drinking, eating, stress. I was everywhere but nowhere. I was in the future, I was in the past, I wasn't present. Never grateful for anything. I had 3 healthy kids, a beautiful wife, amazing life, and never, not 1 ounce of gratitude. It was never enough. I was in this rat race. And if you would have told me back then that in a year, you'll wake up at 5:30 in the morning, you'll meditate every morning, you'll journal, you'll feel grateful, you won't drink alcohol, you'll eat right. I just stopped eating meat 6 weeks. If you would have told me I'd never eat meat again, well, again, I don't know if I'll never eat it, but it would have been a joke to me. So just again, and how did I do it? I have no idea. Just again, one step in front of the other, started stacking my chips towards healthy behavior. Did it happen overnight? Of course not. Was it easy? No, but I'm definitely enjoying every second of it. And here I am in the health and wellness industry. So we wanted to tell our stories, for inspiration and motivation to anyone that's not authentically happy and healthy, that it is absolutely possible. And number 2, of why we're in this business and how we got here. So, go ahead.
Yeah, so the slide that's up next, we have 6 training areas in life. We like to call them training areas. So the mind, the body, they are connected in one. I mean, the mind is in the body. So until we fix the mind, it doesn't matter what you do to your body. Again, 15 years in the gym, I was probably in good shape.
Take a look and pass it around.
For 8 of those, it didn't matter. I was still stressing, had a lot of anxiety, and was disconnected. So what we do is we help with techniques, how to better the mind, and obviously the body's through nutrition, working out, energy. When you open up your energy, we do have these meridians that run down our body, actually in our spine, and they get shrunk as the years go by and we start eating the wrong foods and the wrong toxins. They shrink, so we have low energy. It's hard to really do anything. When you open up these meridians through working out and eating the right foods, you can actually tap into the free energy that's out there. So faith, that's a big word, obviously. It's really, really hard to be happy unless you have connected to your soul. And another way to really describe soul is your subconscious, the part of our brain that's really has all the answers to whatever we want. Everybody, again, has their own genius, has their own gifts, and your subconscious has all the answers to how to bring that up. When you connect your heart, your mind, your body, you'll have the experience. Usually it happens in meditation. Sometimes it happens just driving. Sometimes it just happens when you hear the right conversation or read the right book, but you connect to something and you understand that there is something magical happening in the universe. And when you have that again is how and why we call it Zero Doubt Club, because you have no more fear, you have no more doubts. Who does not want to live a life like that? No fear, no doubt. One step, one foot in front of the other, and you just go. You just know with all your heart that everything is going to be okay, and you're in peace. Other areas of life, right? We got the family. Well, there's ways that we can work with that, and I'm not going to go deep into that. Finances. The fact of the matter is, we should all be rich. We all deserve to be rich because we have these gifts inside of us again. And if we use and optimize these gifts, our total potential comes out. The money will come. We don't even have to think about money. It's just going to come. And the community, how we react during COVID right now is a good example of community, how it sucks our energy. It gives and it sucks our energy. Right now is a very low vibration in society, in community. So again, we talk about techniques, how to flip the script, come out here and do a talk like this. This is community, but this is higher level, higher energy of community. So these are the 6 training areas. Sam, go ahead.
Oh. Hi. Just a little recap. I'm Sam. I train and I'm a professional dancer in my past life, but I'm a physician's assistant student right now at Case Western University. So I'm just going to talk a little bit about, what we do when you come to us. Personal training includes life coaching. Our mind, body, soul is unique. Like the approach is unique because I've been a personal trainer at many gyms. I was at World Gym. I worked at a private gym, like a boutique gym, doing super slow training. I've done it all. I did it in college at Ohio University. And it was really just about bring the person in for 45 minutes, murder them, and then send them home. And, I still do that, but now this way we get to connect with you on many different levels, and it seems like the results are different, right? People actually have results, they lose weight, they get happier, stuff like that. So it's very unique to Zeroed Out Club that way. And that leads into results focus. We definitely are, and that's because we get to connect to you in many different ways, not just physically. And all of those are keys to unlocking your potential. Like, we're gonna work with all of you and everyone that we see in order to do that, okay? Our healthy meal subscriptions, I use them. They're great. I love the taste. Even my fiance likes them, and he is very meat and potatoes kind of person because his mom's from Louisiana, so he likes Southern cooking. There is an option for everyone, I promise, and he'll even eat the vegan food, and I do too, and it is fantastic. So that's another way to just really track your nutrition. I track macronutrients constantly, so it works for me too because the calories are calculated, the macronutrients are calculated in every meal. It's very easy, very, very easy to eat healthy, right? And we make it easy. And then I'm gonna let Eric talk about corporate wellness because he's the expert on that.
No, I'll just quickly touch on that. So corporate wellness, again, it's a health culture that you want to incorporate, and it doesn't start with Ilya or the top. It starts with everyone, and it's very simple little decisions. Instead of going across the street and having 4 beers for lunch and crappy food, maybe it's a salad and walk 3,000 steps. It's inspiring each other. It's motivating each other. Because at the end of the day, who do you want at the meeting next to you? Who do you want on the phones representing Cross Country Mortgage, right, the next day? Would you want sitting next to you? The guy that partied all night and woke up at 7:45 and barely got here at 8 a.m. answering the phones, or the guy that would spend time with his family the night before, was engaged, got a good night's sleep, woke up early, worked out, meditated, journaled. That's what you want to inspire. That's what you want to create as a health culture is the point, and it starts with everyone. And so we help. So happy to help all of you. At the end, we have a deal for all of you and a couple questions to ask, and then we're gonna all figure out what to do. Why ask mine now? Who's covering?
Yeah, you are.
I am. Okay. So problems with existing industry. Again, it's all fads. It's all part of the solution. It's set up for the general public, but 90+% fail, right? P90X probably sold 10 million DVDs. They show you the 10 that were successful with it, right? They don't show you the 9.9 million that watched 15 minutes of it and threw it out. or whatever else. So that's what's wrong with the industry. It's not results focused. It's not transformation focused. It doesn't help people on an individual basis really change their lives. Post-COVID, I mean, if anything's ever punched the whole world in the face on preventative health and picking up your immune system and living a healthy life, I don't know what will. And technology and fitness, like that's so key right now. The fact that I'm mindful of my resting heart rate, of how many steps I have per day, of my workouts, of how much hours of deep sleep I got. Everyone's excuse is I don't have enough time. Again, we call bullshit. Right now it's 10 or 11 hours of bad sleep. What if I told you I'm really, really good on 6-7 hours of amazing sleep? There's 3 hours right there, right? Meal planning, that's another one. We're not asking you guys to spend more money. We're asking you guys actually to spend less money, not worry about it, not cook, not whatever else. And now you have an extra hour or two a day. Just pop it in the microwave, move on with your day, eat healthy, and there's another hour that you can gain per day. So time is a big excuse. And again, we bring tech in with, we just ordered a 3D body scanner because people like to get inspired. Some people don't lose weight, they lose fat, but they gain muscle. So seeing biceps increase is a good thing. It's a good feeling. And that's what we do at Zero Doubt is we look for things that technology show us that shows momentum. And the momentum is what keeps you going towards healthy behaviors. Okay, really quick. So what we've done, oh, Sam, what are you doing?
I can
Okay.
talk about it.
We got like 10 minutes and then we'll open it up for questions and stuff.
Yeah, I'll just quickly talk about this. This is our boutique gym. You can see the top is where we started, the bottom is where we're at now. A lot of the equipment is brand new. It's like the best out there. I've been to many, many gyms. I can tell you that it's some of the best out there for sure. So, you know, we ordered all new treadmills. Everything's technology compatible, so you can sort of like scan your watch on the treadmill and it just, you know, calculate it to your iPhone, stuff like that. Very, very useful and helpful. And then we also upgraded the multi-purpose room to do group training. And so we're gonna have group training, like circuit training and yoga with Danny. And all of that equipment is brand new too. It's fantastic.
And lockers and showers
Yeah,
and saunas.
sauna.
But we're in Mayfield Heights, so I get it that that's not convenient to you. And we're looking to expand pretty quickly into Independence, downtown, et cetera. Go ahead.
So the next slide, we talked about most of the stuff already. The one thing that I'm going to really touch on is routine and habits. So I would just like for everyone to ask themselves, what is the one thing that if you change in your life right now will give you the biggest benefit? And think about that. Okay? Because routines and habits are everything. When we get clear with our body, remove the toxins, fix our energy channels, connect our mind, the routines and habits become easy. Again, someone who drank my whole life, and then one day, when everything was just aligned and right, I didn't have to anymore. One time in meditation, one time, it changed, everything changed, it became easy. It became easy. My energy was right, my mind was clear, and then boom, it happened. So, I'm telling you, it's really easy to do.
Okay, so I'm going to talk about exercise. Eric already touched on the fact that everyone has time to work out, so I hear that a lot from clients that I've had previously. I don't train a lot of clients for us right now. I do a lot of writing, the binder that's coming around. But everyone has time. You just have to wake up earlier or go to bed later, and then usually that means better sleep because you're exhausted, right? So, like Eric said, he found time, we found time, anybody can. A lot of these are myths, like fat turning into muscle. I could go into very deep physiology about that, but basically they're two different tissues, it's not possible. Worried about bulkiness, I know plenty of people, including myself, that have been trying to get bulky for years and it still hasn't happened, so if you come and lift weights, you're not gonna get bulky. And you know, lifting is also preventative. Working out is preventative. It prevents osteoporosis, it prevents high blood pressure, it prevents diabetes, it prevents all of these things. It makes it a lot easier to live and live long, right? And be healthy for your family and your friends and whoever you have that loves you. And then on top of that, nutrition is also a very important, if not more important piece to living healthily in a physical body. We focus a lot on portion control and processed versus unprocessed foods. Unprocessed foods is obviously what we serve you. It's going to be whole foods. It's going to be foods that you can either pick, pluck, or kill or something like that. Something that the earth gave to us and then we just eat, right? So not like macaroni and cheese from Kraft or something like that. Very important. Eric, do you want to touch on corporate wellness again?
I already did, so we're
Okay.
good.
So talk about, because you helped write the binder and kind of how we put it all together.
Yeah, so we sort of, the binder that's going around, I don't know who all has seen it, we kind of chatted about all these things that we wanted to put in, and we realized that a lot of the personal training and gyms fail because there's not very much education. And so since I've been in it a long time, I headed up the binder, wrote most of it, although Danny helped with some sections, yoga, stuff like that, and Jeremy and Eric had some input. But basically, the binder is a way to really unlock everything that you need to know in order to live a healthy life, the life that we're talking about. It includes life coaching, nutrition, including like what to eat. We give you literally a list of what we think you should eat, and you can choose from that. Micromolecules, macromolecules, all of that good stuff, carbs, fat, protein. Importance of exercise, and then types of training, because not everybody likes to train the same, and we're fine with that. All of us train differently, and it's really fun, right? And then meditation, how and why, very important, and another important piece of that is journaling, and they kind of go hand in hand. So we talk a lot about that, and we force a lot of our clients to do it, but they all love it eventually, right? It's a habit that they work themselves into. We also talk about importance of positive self-talk. In the binder, we talk about the mirror effect, which you'll get to read about if you join us. And also sleep and stress, which go hand in hand as well, but we talk about stress mitigation and the importance of sleep in living and moving around on a day-to-day basis. So all of that is going to help all of our clients sort of move forward in their life, and we wanted to give that to everybody who joins us.
So we have 3 offers, right? It's me as a salesperson talking to salespeople, so here's the hard close. So $25 off your first order. Again, the meals are healthy. They're $11 if you go on a subscription. Many of our clients, James, Ilya, they're on a subscription, so they just set it and forget it. Some like to choose their individual meals, but if you just tell us your meal preferences, gluten-free, dairy-free, low carb, or vegan, whatever you want, you can just set it and forget it, and we'll deliver 6, 8, 10 meals a week. Man, compared to ordering Grubhub that I'm sure you guys do, that's garbage food, plus delivery, plus tax, plus whatever else, you're probably spending 20 bucks a meal, if not more. These are $11 a meal. You bring them in, put them in the fridge, pop it in for 2 minutes, eat healthy, move on with your day, and feel 10 times better than going to get a beer and a salad or waiting for a Grubhub. So I think it's a no-brainer, especially guys on the phone all day and so on. It just keeps you moving. The other one is take us up on it. We're offering 2 private trainings for free. No obligation. We don't hard sell. If it's for you, great. If it's not, no problem. So we basically look to see if we're a fit. So the first one's an assessment/training, and then the second one is just a training, and then it's up to you whether you want to continue with us or not. So both those offers are for today. So if you order before 6 p.m., it's $25 off your first order. Order 4 meals, so you get 4 meals for 15 bucks if you order today. And it's delivered. We're cooking at Central Kitchen on 28th and Euclid. So literally Monday afternoon, the meals will be here for the week. And then the first assessment, if you sign up with them today, they'll pick some dates in the next few weeks or month and get you guys signed up for private training. Those that are ready to go full go, we have a 30-day challenge that Ilya's going to email you guys, which includes a month of private training, a month of meals, the binder, the journal, some swag, access to our gym for the month, etc. So it's like a $1,200 or $1,400 value for $750. But here's the thing: on top of that, we guarantee it.